Welcome, everyone, to the Joel Martin Mastery Podcast. I'm a networking expert and the author of the upcoming book, No Strangers, How to Build Community, One Relationship at a Time. My why is the pursuit of mastery, and the goal of this podcast is to lock arms on a lifelong mission of daily personal growth to become the best version of ourselves. So let's dive in to today's episode. Welcome, everyone, to today's episode of the podcast. This is going to be short and sweet. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. That's right. We got started during the pandemic. I thought this could be a way to negate all that negative news that you were seeing by bringing some positive content. I wanted also to find a way to be social during this social distancing, and I wanted to interview some inspiring people so that we could have their stories be shared as well. I want to right off the bat acknowledge all of you guys and thank all of you guys, the listeners. We've had about 3,700 listeners since the beginning, which I think is pretty awesome. That's a solid start. I've made a ton of upgrades since the start. I got a Blue Yeti microphone to have better sounding audio. What else did I get? I got an HD camera. So it's what did I get? A Logitech C920 HD camera. I got a ring light so that I'm lit up. Let me see here if I can make it darker. Where is that? This is what it looks like in this room without the light, just so you can see the difference. So all the shadows on the face. What else did we do? I got a laptop riser so that it's not looking up at me, you're looking directly at me. And I also just moved from the Toronto area to the Ottawa area, and I made sure that I had a nice room for the studio. So we have a new background. Instead of a bookshelf and a TV, I got a few inspiring individuals up here. So you got Jordan Peterson, his quote, these are both about potential. His quote says, "You could be way more than you are and you know it. It's a crime, an ethical crime, for you to allow all that necessary potential to go to waste. It hurts you, it hurts your family, and it hurts the world." And then over here, we have David Goggins, the self-proclaimed certified bad motherfucker. So his quote, "You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. Stay hard." So they're both about potential. And every time I look at those, they make me want to work a little bit harder. So in the first year, we did 22 episodes, solid start, but my goal for year number 2 is to do 52 episodes. So at least one a week. I'm a little bit behind right now, but now that I have the new studio up and running, I'm going to be cranking out multiple episodes a week. I was in a limbo for about 7 weeks where I had sold my house. I was waiting on this house. I got into this one, had no internet, so it's hard to do anything without that. So now we're up and running and I'm excited. So the guests that we've had in the first year, we've had inspirational speakers, advisors to the world's top banks, Juno-nominated bands, award-winning real estate agents, major label country star, personal trainers, magician, holistic nutritionist. We had a women's empowerment advocate. We had a professional dancer. We had the vice president of the Think and Grow Rich Institute. We've had several best-selling authors. And we just had a 2-time NHL draft pick. That episode is actually going to go live tomorrow. Now, for the rest of this episode, I want to turn it back to you guys. So I want your feedback. I want this episode to grow organically, for me to hear feedback from you guys on what you like, what you don't like, who you want me to interview, what topics you want me to cover. So I'm going to wrap up in the next minute or so, and then I'll be providing all the links to find me on social media. So I'd love for you to follow me on social media. I'd love for you to actually message me so I can implement your suggestions. So my questions are, who would you like me to have on as a guest? So what would your your wish list be? I mean, it'd be amazing to have David Goggins, to have Jordan Peterson, to have Joe Rogan, some big music artists. I got some in the pipeline that I think you'll be excited about. But just send me your wish list, and I'll reach out to my network. I'll pull some strings, and I'll see if I can get an hour or an hour and a half interview with your favorite people. So let me know. What topics would you like me to cover? Whether it's mastery, which is the name of the podcast, whether, meditation or goal setting. I wrote a whole list here: nutrition, fitness, sales, events, business, cryptocurrencies, music, poker, depression, podcasting, branding, writing a book. What is it that you would like me to talk about so that I have some fresh content that I can work on for you guys? And then I guess the most important is, let me know what you like about the podcast. What do you think that we're actually doing well here? But then also let me know what you think we could improve on. And that'll lead to a better experience for everyone. So this was a quick message celebrating our 1-year anniversary. I even got my Frank the Tank t-shirt on as a celebration. Maybe I'll go have a drink or two or a shot or three or something in your honor. And we made it 1 year, and here's to the next few years. So thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to connect with you and have a two-way dialogue on social media. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I'd love to hear from you guys. My goal is to grow this podcast organically, where you're giving me feedback on topics you'd like me to cover and guests you'd like me to interview. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Joel Martin Mastery. Joel is Joel, and on Twitter at Joel Mastery. So I am done. I am complete. I approve this message, and I'll see you on the next episode.